Hi everyone, my name is Poornima and I am an incoming freshman at Cal Poly SLO for computer science. So I've been using Notion since high school and I've loved it ever since. The only part is that I know Notion can be a bit of a learning curve. When I first started, I was just like scrolling through so many of these like influencers, like aesthetic pages, and I was just like, okay, cool, this is great, I can do that. And then I opened Notion and it's completely blank and I have no clue what to do next. So I just want to teach you guys how to use it for college, and I want to show you how I'm going to use it for college. So I have a template that I made, and this is basically kind of what I use. So let me walk you through the template and also some basic guidelines on how to use Notion so that you're more familiar with it and you can also implement it for like high school or college. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the Notion document. So for my college Notion, I've chosen a princesscore / cottagecore type of theme. So that's why I kind of called it Poornima's Palace. You can change it however you want, but the whole thing is kind of themed in princesscore right now. I have this like cover over here that I made myself. If you like hover here, you can change it, and you can maybe design one on Canva or like get a pretty like picture that you can just put here. You can reposition it by dragging, and then once you're happy with it, you can go ahead and save it like that. And then you can have an icon. So I chose a tiara, but there's a lot of emojis that you can choose from, or like custom icons that you can create. So that's just like a little bit of decor. Then I have a section called rooms. So I called it rooms because it's a palace and the palace has rooms, and that's kind of like the sections. But essentially how I've organized it here is I have classes, so college classes, workouts that I want to do and keep track of, a journal that I can do every day, and then the content calendar for this YouTube channel. And masterclass is something I recently implemented. So it's basically just like, it could be like video tutorials like Skillshare, but it's essentially for lifelong learning. So for me, how I do this is I track my master classes. So whichever class I'm taking, I basically write it down and then I take notes for those classes. So it's just kind of like class notes. And then I have habits. So it's like any habits that I want to implement. So let's go ahead and hop onto the classes section. And here I have each class. So I'm a computer science major. I'm taking data structures, calculus 2, a history class, and an English class. I forgot to write that down. But once you click on those, you can change the names of those, write down which credit, how many credits it's taking, the semester or like quarter that you're taking it in, and the class it is, and whether it's or not it's honors. You can also write down your professor's name and your schedule. I even put like the Zoom link here in case it's a virtual class, and the date that it begins. So if you scroll down, you can see like course descriptions, syllabus, resources, and like lecture notes. So how you can kind of write on this is you just like click and you can type here. And if you want to embed something, all you have to do is click a slash and then click embed. And then once you click it, you can embed any link so that it shows up on here. Yeah, so you can just tap here for your syllabus. So if you got a syllabus from your professor, you can go and upload that here. Same goes for email hours. And you can keep adding to that, and it will stay in this CSC section. And you can change the topic too. And like, for example, like the chapter, you can write that chapter here. So if it's like chapter 1, and you can have the date and the notes in the column. So this is pretty handy. I think I'm really gonna use this one for Cal Poly. Yeah, so I have like 2 more of those. And then in the classes section, I also have this thing called a library. So here I want to link my school portal here. How you do that is you can just highlight this right here, and then you can click on the link button right here, and then add a link to your school portal right here, And then you can also do the same for Canvas or any other links that you always want to like have access to, so you don't have to like keep scrolling and picking the link. You can just have everything in one place. And then also the timeline. So for me, fall classes begin on September 19th, so you can write that down there. And I just have this thing for today's work. So I have like this tendency to create like daily to-do lists. So I just write that down here so that I can keep track of what I want to do each day. And also this is the work pile. So all the work for Cal Poly will go right here. And only like what I'm gonna do today will go in the today section. And for resources, some really handy ones that I want to store are my major flowchart and degree progress report, so that I can always have access to those to see like what classes I want to take next and stuff like that. So yeah, that is it for my classes section. And then I have a workout place. So here again, I have a nice little banner. You can create a new workout by clicking on this button right here, titling it with your date. And I just wrote down like core and arms as like the program, but you can just put any muscle group that you're targeting or stuff like that. And I have a location, so if it's at home or at the gym, I can pick that. So I also have like templates. So for example, you can create like a template in Notion by clicking on new template, and all you have to do is put a slash and then write to do to be able to create like a to-do list. And once you create this list, for example, let me just create like exercise 1 and then exercise 2. So if I do something like this and I go ahead and click back, what's gonna happen is if I open that template, like this is the untitled one that we just created. So if I click on it, it's just gonna show these things, but you can't edit the like master document, if that makes sense. So you can do this, and then if you open another day and you click untitled, it's gonna remain unchecked because it only changed in that particular instance. So how this will kind of work is if you have like your workout schedule, you can put your workout schedule as a template so that every day you can do it and complete it, but you don't have to like write it down every day. That's kind of how Notion templates work. I know it's a little tricky to get used to, but once you do, it's really helpful. Yeah, let me just go ahead and delete that because we do not need that right now. And I have like a core workout template that I already created, so that's just basically another thing. And if you want to like access templates again, I guess the easiest way would be to like erase everything on here so that the templates will show up again. But that's just what I found. All right, back to the palace. Next one's a journal. Pretty self-explanatory. The same goes here. You just click a new one, title it your date, and then you can just go ahead and add more journal entries. It's pretty simple. And then here I have my content calendar. I basically put a default content calendar and then I kind of changed it to fit my own needs. So I put my ideas here, whatever I'm ready to film here, and like editing and publishing right here. And then I have a launch calendar so I can keep track of like what goes out on which day, and that's just, I guess, pretty handy. And then the next one is masterclass. So these are some of the master classes that I've been watching. So what I do to keep track of these is I go on this masterclass, right? And then I take a screenshot of the masterclass and put the image here so that it can show up here. And then I just put my like notes over here. It doesn't have to be masterclass. It could be like any sort of self-development learning stuff. It could be like YouTube video notes. It could be Skillshare video notes and just general stuff like that. Okay. I have a habits page where I basically just create based on the date, and then I just check things off as soon as I'm done with them, and that's just kind of how that works. Okay, so then I also want to include a vision board on my Notion because it's kind of something that'll keep me going through all the college stress and stuff. So for my vision board, this is not my vision board, I'm not gonna give that to you, but I put a sample vision board right here, and then I have like my personal objectives and key results and like actionable steps. So how that works is just like your personal objective, so what you kind of want as like in your life or like in the next 5 years, or just like an objective that you're working towards. And then you'll have like 3 key results. So it's just based on like this like system of objectives and key results, like OKRs. And I just found those to be really handy. It's like the metrics to your vision board, kind of. So the vision board is like a visualization, while these are like metrics that you can hit. For example, your personal objective would be to live a creative and fulfilled life. And I guess one of the key results would be to spend every weekend doing something you love. Or another key result could probably be, you know, getting whatever degree that you're getting. And, you know, it's totally up to you, but it's just a system that works for me that I want to share with you guys. And then I always use Google Calendar just as much as I use Notion. So what I do is I just go ahead and click embed, and then I have my Google Calendar link and just shove that over there so that I always have access to it. And then here is just kind of like a brain dump section and any work that I have again. So that's just whatever's on my mind, I just write that down and it's there. Also, I just included like a couple of like sections for the days of the week. So in case like I want to like spread my work out throughout the week, I just write that down there, and that's how it kind of works. Yeah, I think that should be it for your Notion. But I guess one more thing you can do is how to rearrange stuff. You can just highlight stuff like that, and then you can drag things around and move it around and organize it that way. And I think that should be it. Notion actually isn't too difficult to learn once you like make a template and start using it that way. If you start using a template, you can kind of like see what other people have done and then modify it to fit your needs. So if you just keep doing that, you're gonna really get the hang of Notion. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed the Notion video, and I'm really looking forward to you guys implementing Notion because it's such an awesome tool to use on a daily basis. It's just literally my lifesaver at this point. I use it for everything, as you can see. And yeah, let me know down below if you started your own Notion page and if this inspired you to start your own Notion page. Alright, I really hope this video helped you guys out, and thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.